Hi everyone, welcome to the very first investigation with Hot Girl Ghost Hunters. We're here at Jay Allen's place in the historic district of Lowell, Arizona. I'm Sabrina, founder and president of HGGH, and these are my partners.
Hi everyone, I'm Ariel. I'm the scaredy cat of the group, so I hope you get used to hearing me scream.
Hi, I'm Chrissy. I'm a little bit of a skeptic, but I'm here for a good time.
And we're HGGH!
Our investigation takes us to Lowell, a small suburb of Bisbee, Arizona. In the 19th century, Bisbee and the surrounding areas supported more than 20,000 people, including miners, merchants, ladies of the night, and gamblers, just to name a few. The growth was due to the massive amounts of copper, silver, and an array of other minerals found in the surrounding areas. It was a boom. Overall, more than 8 billion pounds of copper was mined and a not too shabby 3 million ounces of gold. Bisbee was the largest city between St. Louis and San Francisco, and it was fondly known as the Queen of the Copper Camps.
According to local historian Michael London, Lowell was one of the communities that flourished during the copper rush. It was in the 1930s that mining conglomerate Phelps Dodge decided to relocate Lowell as it was situated over a large, low-grade ore body that new technology allowed to be mined. By the 1950s, most of the homes, storefronts, and saloons had been demolished. In their place, a large open-pit mine was excavated. It now spans over 600 acres and 1,000 feet deep. We're standing on one of the last remnants of the original town site of Lowell, Erie Street, where our investigation begins.
I'm here with Jay Allen, longtime Bisbee resident, and he was actually raised here, and he's the owner of the residence that we're about to investigate. So, Jay Allen, how long have you owned the building?
I'd say I've owned this building probably, I don't keep track of time, but over 2 decades, probably 25 years.
So let's just cut to the chase. What kind of paranormal activity have you experienced here?
Yeah, on a monthly basis, you're always hearing sounds and stuff, but the most intense thing that's ever happened to me that was no doubt in my mind was they entered my body twice, and that was scary. I was laying on this side of the bed, and in the left, I was on my back, and in my left side, it felt like liquid ice pouring into my body. And if you can imagine the sensation of that coldness and the fear I had, it scared the living dog shit out of me. I tightened up. I just locked up,
Wow.
out of pure fear.
That's really scary.
And I pushed it out.
Wow, it sounds like it was trying to enter you.
It did. It was entering me. There's no question. It was in me, and
Wow.
I just, and again, I locked up and I pushed it out. When I say that I had an experience, they entered my body, imagine this, you're laying in bed, and the first time I thought it was a dream. I sat up, scared from something that I wasn't quite sure would happen. But the second time when it happened, I immediately knew that first time wasn't a dream. It was identical to what I experienced while I was awake. And what I was doing, I was laying in bed, and we had been talking about the ghost because we have a photograph of a ghost in this house. And I laid in bed and I thought of them, and that beckoned them right to me. And it or they, I don't know, entered my body on my left side. I was laying on the left side of the bed on my back, and it was as if liquid ice started just slowly pouring into my body. And it scared the hell out of me. I tightened up really hard, and it just shoved it out of me. And to this day, I will not think about them. I keep a radio above the head of my bed, and if I'm laying in bed and I'm starting to ponder on things or I'm starting to drift, I hit the play button. I have to have other data, other information coming out so that I don't think about them. And when I catch myself thinking about them, it scares me. I put the radio back on.
Do you know any history about the place? Like, did anybody die here?
The best of my knowledge, the history of the Brophy building, it started back in the building was built in 1904. A man, Mr. Brophy himself, actually lived in this house, in this apartment or this boarding house. He was in the living room, and that is where we got the ghost photo. He died in a chair in there. I'm told by somebody that's very sensitive to ghosts, when I told him what happened to me, and he had sat on a bed in my daughter's room and a girl's voice said no. he told me that there's a girl and 2 guys living here. I would assume one of the ghosts very well could be Mr. Brophy. So anyway, yeah, here's my daughter. And actually, you put your child's room, and she slept, I swear to God, our daughter slept at the foot of our bed for way too long, you know. And with an only child, you're very protected like that. But this crib is at the foot of our bed.
Oh
Now, this is kind of a weird looking room. Her grandmother gave her these freaky looking dolls. And she loved them. And it's funny how the years fly by. I mean, there's a little dress and do something different.
The girl ghosts hang out in here?
Again, I'm not that sensitive. I sure felt what I felt in my bedroom, but
Yeah.
I think some people truly, and I hear that you guys are like that, that, you know, you guys are very sensitive, these kind of things. I'm not. I don't have that gift. So I don't know. You know, I did, like the other night, I felt like something was breathing on me. And again, it wasn't a bad thing.
You said it felt feminine.
Yeah, it did. It just kind of felt like some breathing on the side of my face. So here's my daughter's closet. Finally, we finally moved her out of our bedroom, you know, so we could have better sex, you know.
Lucky you.
And we brought her in here, and everything was good. But she would get scared. Check this out. There's the hole into my closet.
Oh my
She
God.
would come flying through that hole and come out my closet and
was
scare the
scaring
living
her.
shit out of
Oh
us.
my God.
Here it is, right here. Okay, now that's in that living room.
Whoa.
See the head and the arm, and you can see the body there.
Oh my
But you see here and here. Notice there's a haze here and a haze
Yeah,
here.
that's crazy
I think there's
looking.
3, but you can definitely see that there's 1.
Yeah, wow.
But I personally, and I hope you guys, maybe you guys can help me on this, I would like to know those ghosts are gone. And I hope they're gone. You know, I haven't experienced that thing in my side. It was about 2 years ago. And I tell them that they can go. I always say, if you hear me and you're in here, you know, you're not stuck like you think you are. And I know Michael Page was talking about bringing a priest in here. You know, but it would be nice just to know that they'd moved on. I would really feel good if I knew that they weren't here.
Right.
Maybe you guys can help me there.
Yeah, hopefully we can catch them first, though.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get some kind of evidence.
Yeah, all right.
So we are about to start our paranormal investigation. And since we like to use both scientific and spiritual means of investigating, we're going to use a precautionary technique called smudging, which will supposedly protect us from any evil spirits that might be present. So your turn first, Ariel.
All right. I am spiritually fortified.
Sage is supposed to be a very cleansing herb.
Gives me strength.
It just helps prevent something from following you home. Like, you should do it before you start and when you're done investigating, just to make sure that nothing latches onto you, basically. We use a variety of different tools for doing paranormal investigations. First, we have our digital voice recorder, which will record EVPs, otherwise known as electronic voice phenomenon. These are spirit voices. So if we capture anything on here that we didn't hear with our ears, we know that it might be a spirit talking to us and hopefully responding to one of our questions. We also have EMF meters, which pick up on electromagnetic fields. Spirits are supposed to give off electromagnetic fields when they're manifesting. So if we get a really high spike on one of those, it might mean something paranormal is happening. We also have our infrared thermometer, which will measure temperatures if we so happen to feel a cold spot. Cold spots are also signs of a presence. We also have motion sensors, which will go off if anything decides to move past them. They also have an alarm, so if we're in another room and we hear the alarms go off, we'll know to come out here and check it out. And then one technique that we do that a lot of other paranormal groups don't do is we like to keep the lights on. Not because we're afraid of the dark, but because if something happens, we actually want to see it.
Well, everyone likes the lights on.
Your ass has a temperature of 87 degrees.
Yeah.
Baby,
That's
hotter
3
than
degrees.
that.
So we are going to start our first EVP session in the little girl's room. This is where Jay Allen said that his friend heard a voice say no. We brought some flowers. Spirits are said to like flowers. So any kind of trigger object we can use to help manifest a spirit will be of a great advantage.
So
So the thermometer readings staying about the same, around low 80s, high 70s.
Do you guys want to sit on the bed and
Yeah, the
ask some
EMF
questions?
meter is saying about 0.3.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? We brought you some flowers. We hope you like them. If there's anyone here, please speak as loudly as you can into this little red dot.
Are you male or female?
Oh, I'm getting super hot in here.
It is really
It just
hot
went
in
up
here.
to 88 degrees. Look, it's at 87 degrees right now.
Feels a lot colder.
If there's a spirit in here, I would like you to possess me. Now, Jay Allen has the radio on, but I don't. I'm completely open to whatever you want to do. So I'm gonna lie here for a second. Oops. And I am gonna hope that you'll give us a sign of your presence.
My EMF detector is at all over the place.
Feels very cold in this area.
Okay, still I'm getting crazy EMF detection on this bed right now.
I don't know. I feel like there's big pressure on my chest.
Are you okay?
I'm just getting really hot and I feel like I'm in tunnel vision or something.
That's weird. You're gonna do some EMF readings. Are you trying to possess Ariel right now?
I don't know what's going on, but ever since I laid down, you guys don't feel it?
No.
No, I feel pretty good in this room. It's keeping cool. You okay? Do you want to go into another room?
I think I just need to take a moment.
Is there someone here with us? Can you give us a sign or make a
My
noise?
whole body is just burning.
Jeez.
Do you want to get out of the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit down.
Did you
for a
do
minute.
something to Ariel?
Let's get out of this room.
I'm gonna sit in the bathtub. See if anything happens.
Okay. Ooh, it's up at 3.
Would you like to take a bath with us? Can you knock on something? Please make a sound for us.
There's not any reason to harm any of us. We would just like to communicate with you. Perhaps there's something that you need to say or communicate to somebody. And really, that's what we're here for. The flowers are for you. Everything's for you. So if you'd like to communicate with us nicely, perhaps if you can just give us a sign.
Was that you knocking on the wall? Did you make that sound? Who are you?
All
All
right.
right, so we have this awesome antique high card table, which was actually taken out of the Crystal Palace in Tombstone. So we've decided to offer the spirit a shot of Jack Daniels because we imagine that probably a lot of drinking occurred around this table at one point in time. So if there's anyone here with us, could you please give us a sign of your presence, and would you please enjoy a shot with us?
Oops, I just got some on your table.
Just got some on you.
Just got some on this table. I'm such a bad pour. You're a bartender. Cheers.
Here's to you.
The unknown. Cheers again.